Tonight's stream is probably going to be a bit shorter than last night's Disco Elysium stream. I will start off by saying that. Just because, I mean, there's a chance it won't be that much shorter, but just setting expectations, you know? But yeah, we're just going to play Disco Elysium again. 2 nights in a row. Amazing. I'll be curious to see if we get to finishing this 3rd day we have here. Okay, so I think what I had done was set myself right in front of her. Yeah. I put myself right here so that I could do this.
Hello, dear. It's good to see a familiar face.
I restocked the empty trap. Where's Morel?
Thank you for doing that, dear.
She manages a smile for you. Oh, I forgot to read. The elderly woman smiles up at you hopefully.
Morel still isn't feeling well. I convinced him to stay at Gary's to get some rest. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him.
Oh no. If this ends up with like... She looks down at her hands. I'm afraid the cold has really gotten to him. Saying this would be an asshole thing to say. It's probably for the best. It's awfully cold out there in those reeds.
I'm sorry, dear. You've had to drudge through them so many times. Such is field work. A young person's game, as they say.
Her voice is shaky. What is going on here?
So, who's going to check the traps?
Morel will eventually, or we'll talk Gary into going back out, perhaps.
I feel like Kim does not like where this is going.
The lieutenant stares at his shoe, caked in mud.
He knows.
He doesn't say anything.
He fucking knows. We'll take care of it. And take it on.
That really is too much, sweetie. Thank you for your dedication, but I can see you're coming down with a cough yourself.
Nah, it's just the alcoholism. Don't worry about it.
Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up.
Lena, what's wrong? You seem different.
Different? How?
The half moons of her glasses reflect you as she looks up at you.
Answering a question with a question, for example. Defensive isn't her usual style.
You're not telling me the whole story.
I'm not. It's not that.
She doesn't know how to end the sentence. What is it?
It's a strange feeling. I haven't really told this to anyone, but you are a police officer.
Yeah, a really good one at that.
Do you ever wonder if some lovely story from your childhood is just that? A story? Or a dream?
Oh no, she's having doubts.
Hunching her shoulders now. She seems even smaller than she is. Like a sad young girl.
Seeing the Insulindian phasmid was just a story I used to tell people. I didn't really think about whether it was real or not.
But Morel told me you'd seen it. You also told me.
Morel's so proud of it. He always tells everyone.
God, this is just gonna be a bummer, isn't it? Are you saying you made it up?
No, at least I don't think I did, but Morel was so eager to believe my story was evidence of the phasmid's existence.
Had to raise the mic there. If that was coming across as a noise, sorry.
That I'm some queen of the cryptozoologists. That. And for years, his belief made me believe too.
That I am a queen? An extraordinary witness to grace.
But now, We're both getting old, and he's still working himself sick out in those reeds looking for it. But what if I was just wrong? I think I was.
The lieutenant opens his notebook, but doesn't write anything.
Let me see something. Yuna's hiding something. Ask her what it is. First tell her that her marriage hasn't been a lie.
An acorn is not the same as the tree. That requires time, diligence, and care.
Wrong or not, your relationship with Morel isn't just about the Phasmid.
But it is. We've spent years searching for the Phasmid, hunting it together. Without it, what are we? Just another pathetic old couple. If I hadn't led him down this path, he could have a steady job lecturing at a university.
Normally when I think about stuff like women and marriage, I feel bad. When I think about you and Morel, I feel okay. That counts for something, no?
Oh, of course it counts for something. But we've had our hard times too.
She looks down at her legs.
I was a paraplegic before we met. He didn't know before I arrived. On our first date. If I weren't the queen of the cryptozoologists, if I didn't tell him that story...
She has to swallow to relax her throat. It's keeping her from talking.
He'd still be into you. That's not how these things work.
Maybe. But then why do I not dare tell him?
God, this has just been a bummer start to this stream.
Enough of your time
God,
with
this
drama.
bums me out.
I really must stop talking about it lest I start crying and waste more of your time.
Relationship woes always bums me out as like a thing. I don't know why. I feel like I should have to do I would have to do like a mental deep dive exactly, but like yeah, just relationship troubles and doubts and one side hiding certain feelings from another person but then confiding that into another third party and then you just being caught in like the crossfire and you just being like I don't know what to tell you because I feel really bad. Like in that case, like there was no way I wouldn't say anything other than he still be into you. That's not how the things work. But I don't know this guy really like that. And the fact of the matter is, while it's probably not a good stance and I don't necessarily agree with it, most people probably would see that as like a reason to back out of something. And it's unfortunate and it sucks. And and this is just one factor of like anything that could come up as like a potential relationship ruiner type thing. It bums me out. Even though it's a fictional story, it still bums me out, dude. I've got problems. Oh, okay. I waste enough of your time. I really must stop talking about it. I start crying and waste more of your time. Damn.
What you have to know is the Insulindian Phasmid probably does not exist. Let us fools chase our ghosts. There are a million better things to do with your life.
Basically, I need to pull aside Kim Kitsuragi here. And, you know, in a hushed tone, tell him, like, if it's the last thing we do on this planet, we need to find this Phasmid. And if it takes one of us dressing as one, and then doing, like, Bigfoot-esque pictures of it, then so be it. Because I need this to work for them.
Are there? Some of the other things are pretty bad.
Okay. Thing is, you're not sure you made it up either.
I'm not sure of anything. Sometimes I still see it, you know. The real memory. Not the memory of the memory, but it's so hard to tell the two apart. Either way, I should go. Poor Morel is running a fever, and I need to get him home to Jamrock before we overstay our welcome with Gary.
Are you sure you don't need help getting to Gary's?
Oh no, thank you, but I can get there on my own. This old thing is gas-powered. And then a taxi home. It's not so bad.
You do that. I'll check the traps one more time.
Really?
Yes, Kim. God, Kim, don't make me get mad at you. I'll still love you, but don't get me mad at you.
Oh, sweetie. Please don't get stuck on a dream. Take it from me and Morel.
Can I have your address just in case there's news?
Okay, it's 1113 Tabernacle Road, Jamrock, but
Nothing. It's been a pleasure, man.
likewise, sweetie. Thank you for everything. Truly. Even though it turned out to be a...
The sentence remains unfinished.
A waste of time. A lie. Like that, she drives off. The gas engine putters quietly as she gets to the doors, then pushes them open. Outside, the cold, coastal wind blows.
We should go too.
God. So I would assume this is gonna turn all disco-y at like 7 o'clock, right? Then I can do my karaoke chants. I'm trying to say, what should I do with the time before that? Should I go to, now that I have my badge, go talk to Janice or Karen or whatever the fuck her name was? What was her name? Janice? Was it Janice? Where is she? Joyce. Oh, I was close. Joyce. I could go talk to her. Or I could make some calls now that I've got 2 things to call with. Or call for, basically.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Pick up the radio again.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Connect me to Jamrock Public Library.
I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Fuck! I forgot.
We should try again during business hours.
Yeah, Kim.
Anything else, Detective?
I need to report dead body on the Martinez boardwalk.
One moment.
You can hear shuffling through some papers.
Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
An unidentified middle-aged man. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Dark hair. Medium build. Looks like he slipped, fell through a hole in the boardwalk, and hit his head against the metal bench.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
She's gonna tell me that nothing's gonna be done about it, right?
Any signs of violence?
Someone might have pushed him?
Did you perform a field autopsy?
No, it's still just a theory.
It looked like an accident to me, Alice. But that's for the guys in processing to confirm.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
He was wearing boots, trousers, and an old leather jacket with a bright blue lining. I found a library card from his pocket.
Any information on the library card?
It's from it's from Central Jamrock Public Library. It belongs to someone named Billy Magine.
Good. You have a lead. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else?
We're taking the case.
I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead to identify the man. We'll send someone to take the body to the morgue. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Guess I'm done with the radio for now.
57th, over and out.
Her voice disappears into the void.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Oh, it just barely didn't take me into 7 o'clock. Oh, we're gonna sing karaoke, dude. Oh, we're gonna do it hardcore. What is this? Is this a poster? Message has been carved into the wall. Transnation, Ike Nation. Yeah. That is exactly what it is. An old poster hidden below new ones. Arno Van Eyck, 49, the Elysium. Sounds like an obscure live performance in a dirty underground bunker. Dirty. Alright, let's go talk to Joyce. I don't mind flashing my badge at her. She was trying to blackmail me earlier. I'm too good.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
It's been a while since we talked to her, I feel like. Show her your badge. I found my badge, by the way.
By love, you did.
She inspects the piece of blue plastic, her eyes scanning from left to right.
Fast, observantly, like an electronic printer. She is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
Yeah. Why don't you give me some info, lady?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them.
This was your plan all along.
My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Fuck this lady.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps?
I'm still not going to tell her I've talked to Everhart. Well, that's all for now. Goodbye. You suck. Bye. 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 Come on, Kim. We have karaoke to get to. Look at this. This is the perfect scene. Dude, I'm going to sing karaoke. These guys are going to be impressed. I'm going to be impressed. Kim's going to be impressed. I really want to impress Kim, let's be honest. I got to get probably my biggest drama clothes on, right? Was that what I was doing? Yeah. Silly. I am a silly man. Okay, let me first make sure. I guess the easiest way to do this is see if I have any clothes that lower drama like this. But those, I definitely have shades for that, right? There must be like a button or something to organize clothing, right? Logic, authority. Horrific necktie. Do I not have glasses that raise? Guess not drama, but I do have currently those that insane mesh tank top. I can't fuck this up is basically what I'm saying. It is so important. It is so important. Alright, drama's now +4. Is that everything then? One more quick glance here. That +2 drama from this bow tie is pretty dang good. There's no way in hell I don't just rock the house, right? I'm going over like the same things over and over. I apologize. Look how dope I look. Gart's gonna like it.
The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet.
What happened? What do you mean? What happened in the last 20 minutes? So you mean you didn't watch it, or are you saying like something happened in the last 20 minutes? Like the VOD was corrupted or something? The two statements you have put forth are contradictory. You can hear the pellets creak. Also, if you're genuinely asking what happened in the last 20 minutes, oh yeah, I don't have good memory. I probably walked around a bit. I think I talked to the old lady and her husband, the cryptozoologist, probably, because I was around like the final couple of things I was doing, or had to do something with the traps maybe. It's just I don't have good memory, you know. Just watch 20 minutes, man. It's 20 minutes. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. Oh, of this stream. Oh. I mean, that makes sense. But also, what am I? What am I supposed to do? Just take the just pause and just recap the last 20 minutes I played? I mean, come on. The audacity, the rudeness. The audacity, the rudeness. The old people had a depressing moment, it feels like. I tried calling the library, it was closed, and I forgot that it closed. I tried calling the police station, and I took on the case. I then talked to Joyce. And then Joyce fucked me over, I feel like. And that's basically it. Not much. Not much has happened. And now I'm about to sing my heart out.
You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
Wait, why?
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
There's no way I fail this. I would have to get natural ones here. There's no way. Look, Ken, I'm going to sing karaoke.
I can see that.
Lieutenant steps away from the stage, ready for your performance. Put your lips against the microphone, test it.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand?
If I get natural ones, I'm closing the stream.
Hands. Where do you put your hands?
Oh no! I actually lowered my chance by doing that. I'm too close to the mic and the hand conundrum. Oh, I took a -2. Holy shit.
The air is thick with anticipation.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Someone dims the lights as the music starts. Okay, here we go.
This is just like real life when I go to karaoke.
I would often go there to the tiny church there,
Ah, voice like an angel.
the smallest church in San San. Though it once was larger, how the realm may rest there. Down through the mist there, toward the Seven Sisters, toward those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there, in that tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now, you are all alone. None of this matters. No, none of this matters at all.
Hell yeah, dude. Kim, I did it. Kim, are you impressed?
A lazy applause fills the room. You feel your hands shake as awareness of your body returns to you.
Dedicate the song to Kim? Just lame. I'd like to dedicate the song to my partner, Kim Kitsuragi.
The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but gives you a quick smile before turning away.
He liked it. He can't hide it from me.
He's incapable of blushing, but if he weren't, he'd blush.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good, good. Are we ready? I want to unplug the microphone now.
Last words?
Evening will come. We will sow the white sail. Workers of the world unite. Excuse me. Thank you, Martinez. Yeah. Let me go. That was worth it. That was worth it. We actually did it. I did the damn thing. I'm so proud of myself.
Yes?
Can I do something with the story yet?
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimpled lock. It's painted blue.
Push it.
The door does not budge.
Touch it.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. The stainless steel door is flush with its frame on every side. Old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. 40, 50 years since this was painted, maybe. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod, acknowledging your presence.
Okay, so now what to do with the rest of the night? Can't call library. Can't do that. It almost feels like I don't have much left to do. Am I almost done with the game? I'm saying that very sarcastically. I'm, Odd that you didn't catch this graffito earlier. Van Eyck Overdrive, it says.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you!
Shame on you! Shame on you!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
I'm just trying to see if there's anyone worth speaking to at this moment. How do I get down here? Oh, is that overlooking the, is that that one guy's apartment? Or house, living space, whatever? Gary? I mean, over here is just really Everett, right? I don't really want to talk to him either. I don't want to talk to anyone. No one interests me. Should I just be packing it in for the night? Me just being like, it's time for bed.
Officer! God damn it. Pull yourself together, René. What do you want?
Let's try this. What is it about the old sword that makes him stand so proud?
All you observe is a veteran refusing to let go of the past and his old uniform. This is not uncommon.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabineers in service of Fischel I, Guillaume Le Lion, and the valiant King Philip V before him.
Don't you mean Fischel the Fan?
You do not speak his name, Craven, although he was a clown. But he was our clown, ours to ridicule and to mourn.
There's something you missed. You will get to it. Don't worry.
Give her your time. Is the bookstore still open? I go buy another dice.
The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Hyundai, somewhere. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks.
Do all those do the same thing?
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Why is the board game so expensive? Why is everything gotta be so expensive, dude? It's so expensive.
These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over.
Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction?
Oh, crime, robberies, murders, even sexual crimes. We're
Oh.
fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective.
Sex crimes did pique your interest.
They
but
did.
Still, this Dick Mullen person only gets your pleasure centers down. Note, reading about Dick Mullen would not actually make you a better detective.
Look through the display of books.
Crime fiction is a disgrace. An asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes of the arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overstate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming into contact with people during the worst days of their lives.
This oddly reminds me, oh man, that one show. Was it on Netflix? Manhunter? Not Manhunter, Mindhunter. Manhunter. No, definitely not Manhunter. Mindhunter. That show was good. Obviously different than what's being explained right here, but immediately I just like flashback to Mindhunter. Now we didn't get another season of that. Oh, how disappointing.
Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of all the books found on the shelf?
Sure.
You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get Me Mullen. The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen. Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard. The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. A killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the murder house. The final case of Dick Mullen. An obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the clock tower. The ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick.
Ooh, Dauntless Dick.
Dick Mullen's funeral pyre. The murder of Dick Mullen.
Dick Mullen dies?
Oh no. Turns out he faked it to solve a case.
Are there any more?
Yes. There's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, My Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen. A dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen. Another one with fake death. And, of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer.
Oh, naturally.
After all this, you still haven't found the answer to the one question that matters. Who is Dick Mullen?
Yeah, who is Dick Mullen?
Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the spine of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity.
What do we have here? Mistaken Identity?
A worn paperback from Dick Mullen's classic hard-boiled phase. The
Boil.
premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence.
Why does it speak to me?
Could it be the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals?
Shocker. It's probably right. I'm a complicated guy, full of contradictions.
Then this is the book for you.
It's almost 8 real. What about his Dick Mullen novel?
and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
Things so expensive.
The plaque on the shelf reads, Biographies of Famous People. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell.
Look through display books.
Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's all just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true love story of Jacob Irv and Alfie Delatraz, by one Cecilia Averbrook.
What's it about?
High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tourney racers in history. One of them is the madcap driver, Jacob Irv. His blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Irv's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other.
Oh.
Next to that, Rivasholian radio personality Guillaume Bevy stands in front of a rundown drug den. He's a permanent fixture on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days.
I really must insist you buy one of the books. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long.
Shut up, lady.
She understands she has erred against the customer and immediately corrects course.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead. Take your time. Time is commerce.
Fine, lady. I'll just leave. You know, I'm buying books. I'm a respectable customer. And yet, here you are, chastising me. I'll go read my book out in the cold. Another Dick Mullen book that woefully misrepresents the nature of police work. In this one, our detective returns from a trip having successfully solved one case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No. He doesn't even look like a normal officer of the law.
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch.
Let's start reading.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindium coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law. But also extremely accurate in your case.
Look, I can't judge.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description. Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
The cops released their prime murder suspect so he can find the real killer? Are you shitting me?
What's the matter, detective?
The lieutenant turns to you with a start. I don't know who's writing this shit, but I get the feeling they aren't experts on homicide investigations.
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature. They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure.
Okay, so Mullen didn't do it.
Of course, Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana Deneva.
Deneva. Now it's getting interesting.
Deneva reveals that she was Spillane's lover and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullin begins pulling at strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel. Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead.
I want to hear about the politician's son.
A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullin's manly build, but he is the correct height, and while interrogating him at his home, Mullin did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own.
Man, it would be a lot cooler if I had my Dick Mullen hat as I was reading this. Really just cosplay as Dick Mullen. He does bear a personal grudge against Blaine, a former prosecutor, nearly brought down his father's administration. Okay. Tell me about the corrupt police captain.
Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder?
Was that about an art collector?
Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way Spillane got did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullin discovers that Torvald was once involved with Diana Deneuve. Could it be that this is all over a sordid love triangle?
Ah, I do love me a good love triangle. Alright, let's get on with the story.
One evening, Diana Deneuve comes to Mullin's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms.
Oh, hot damn.
Yes, comfort and pleasure. The warmth of another human's touch. The burning taste of liquor on her full, sweet lips.
Yeah, my character's really getting into this.
Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer.
Nice. Get it, Mullen.
As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Diana Deneuve turns to Mullin and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you."
I really hope Kim isn't reading this over my shoulders.
Always aim for the center of mass. Whatever it is, Mullin never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
When Mullin comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood.
Double fuck.
Mullin trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Deneuve's body, if they haven't been tipped off already.
Yeah, what the hell?
Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Even if Detective Mullin didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars.
How does Mullen get out of this situation? He's got himself in quite a pickle.
The heat is on. If Dick Mullin can't solve both murders before the cops catch up to him, he's going away for life. Can you solve the case before the cops close in?
Wait, I've got some questions first.
What is it, Detective?
Why does everyone close to Dick Mullen wind up dead?
It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullin never lets anyone get too close.
Why bother solving crimes when the world is so evil?
Is it really so evil, Detective?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty fucking evil.
Then why are you still here?
Deep question. I don't know.
It sounds like you're in for a long, hard road, detective. But then, what does this book know? It's just a poorly made piece of pulp garbage made to be consumed and discarded.
Why did Dick Mullen become a detective in the first place?
There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective.
Was I not born to be a detective?
For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is. A collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words.
Of course not. It's never that simple. I don't have any more questions. I figured it all out.
So, who did it, detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve?
You know what? I don't even care. All right. Let's start eliminating choices, right? It's probably not Dick Mullen. That wouldn't make much sense, right? The son has a grudge. I'm gonna say it's probably not the art collector. Communism killed them. No. I'm gonna say a dirty police captain.
Could be. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
Finish the book.
You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast, you don't even notice the ancient spine coming unglued.
Don't know, the book's falling apart in my hands.
You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough.
No.
They're gone.
No.
Dozens of pages scatter across the ground.
Kim, help!
The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible that you could gather and reassemble the pages, but it would take way too long.
No! How? Oh, this sucks. Oh, you get me just wrapped up in some shitty story, and then it's like, nope, you're not gonna get the ending. Get fucked. God, now I'll never know.
Too bad, detective. If it's any consolation, the resolution is almost never very satisfying.
That's not the point, Kim.
And on that note, perhaps we should get back to making sense of our own case?
It's not the point, Kim.
Last year, more than 71% of murders in Revachol went unsolved. In Revachol West, that number was closer to 85%.
I'm bitter.
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity.
Examine the cover.
The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, "Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen." That seems to sum up the premise nicely. Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Are you really reading that, detective?
I really need to know who this Dick Mullen guy is.
Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the reader.
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime along with Dick Mullen. A crude narrative convention, but no less effective for it.
Alright, let's put the book away. I'm so bitter. Hey, 69. I'm so bitter. Alright. I've learned. I've now read like 2 books, and I've been keeping track of the time. I think time goes quite fast as you're reading books, so that was kind of my intention with doing that, because I don't know. I don't have, it feels like, many leads to go.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Honka honka. Yep, that's me, the clown. Titus does not look particularly happy to see you. What are we at authority check right now? 8%? Nice. It's not the lowest it could possibly be. I found someone who saw the hanging. A witness.
A witness? You ain't got shit.
Okay.
The locals would never come to you with this.
That's just tactics, Titus. Next, he's gonna tell you one of us already rolled on the others, and is in witness protection.
My witness isn't a local.
Well, let's hear it then. Who is your mystery fella?
Oh, I'm definitely not gonna tell you.
He's not alarmed by the sudden appearance of a witness, but he
I'm gonna tell you shit,
surprised.
man.
This goes without saying, but nonetheless, don't give out his name.
Who he is irrelevant.
It's like you said, Al. Copper's coming up with this on the spot. There is no witness.
I've seen this shit a million times, Titus. Fly fishing. They are desperate. Tell us, Copper, what wacky claims did he make?
You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking it back. Actually, nothing. You know what?
Great witness.
He must be really parched because he takes a giant gulp of beer.
So much bluster to hide the fact that they're uncomfortable with you having this info.
Also, I just realized I should probably put back on my serious clothes. I've kept on my karaoke clothes. That would probably help with that authority check at some point. Alright, I'm gonna take off. Bye. Also, I'm gonna change right in front of you. Bye. So what did I have? It was, was it dress shirt? Did I have on logic? Physical instrument? Let's go physical instrument. The glasses I had were the ones that gave me -1 empathy. Physical instrument or pain threshold. I'll try to be a bit more professional seeming, maybe. Yeah, I have so many clothing options now. I wish there was a better way of like organizing this stuff or sorting it even. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, we'll keep the hat. The jacket needs to change. I'm going, I think this was, that's not what I had though, right? I should have like organized. I should have been like, hey, I know I'm gonna switch. RCM commander's jacket, patrol cloak. We'll go with that. That's fine. I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because if I need to make a check, then I can swap clothings to just fit the whatever I need to do, right? That sound effect is very weird to me. Drama, interfacing, sure. Shoes, great. You know what? This is fine. I look like I'm playing like a future cop in like a bad 80s movie. Like, oh, this is what cops are gonna look like in the year 2020, and like we're in the year 2023, and our cops still suck. They still suck, and they don't look like this. You know what I mean? Alright, I probably can end the day, right? Right? 21:44. 21:44. Try and knock on the door again.
Is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance.
Bye, Kim. Me just trying to get into Kim's room. Don't worry about it.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
Do I want to try this? An electrochemistry check? I could take a drink. I can add some electrochemistry probably. Jeans, a drink, this. Oh, that's already +1 electrochemistry. If I could pool together like +2 electrochemistry just from clothing, I would feel a lot better about that. Fingerless gloves. Fingerless gloves. All right, let's try it. Fuck it. Okay, go. So it's fingerless gloves. I'm gonna be smarter about this. And I said there was a shirt of some sort. Yeah, or this. See, what does that bring me to?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall.
58.
It's barely covered in steam anymore. It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
And then just go like drink. I've got some alcohol on me, yeah. I have the potent pilsner. I've also got this. Oh, we got. We're great. Everything's great. This is. Yep. Gonna drink right before heading to bed. Don't fucking worry.
The mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered.
Oh, don't worry.
It's your face in the mirror, adorned with the expression.
Drinking before bed. I'm familiar with this. Hey, man. Sometimes that's what's needed in life. I mean, I'm not gonna. I of course would have no experience with this. Honestly, what is alcohol? I don't even know. All right, let's attempt to stop the expression from happening.
It's like something snaps in you, a nerve ending, a thought, a sadness. Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
Well, that's depressive. Let the mirror be for now, then. Did my portrait update? Now I'm just
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. It's barely covered in steam anymore. You see your face, such as it is without the expression. It's just hairy.
Now I'm just a sad man. Now I'm just a
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
Bedtime. Alright, something trippy gonna happen here?
It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feel like weeks of work on the case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping.
Nice.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. Recorded in you forever on Faraday.
Spinning on empty.
On and on it goes for untold hours. At the disco where you first asked her to dance. Rising, rising above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time. The smoke in her mouth, the plotted flowers, the faces turning, changing.
What is it?
It's the world, Harry boy, and you're made of it. Every day you're out there, you make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
The endless visions, erase them.
It's not possible anymore. It's stuck on loop. Whirling, spitting out words and images. You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent. Picking up litter and old newspapers. Collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
That's right. I am an agent of the world.
You'll go insane if you keep going like this. One more day, and you'll be in the loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
Sounds like a threat.
For the working class.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth.
Fuck it. I'm building communism for all. This time we won't fail.
There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
The written sentence there was a lot different than the voice sentence. It was like two different thoughts. The voiced one said it still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing around him, and then this says he still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing him. Isn't that like two different? Whatever.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
Why?
'Cause only love can break your heart.
Feel the pillow under your cheek.
Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night.
Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. One conversation at a time.
Open your eyes.
Rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work.
What's going on?
Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized.
Have you seen my shit recently? I've really gotten it together.
It's good that your personal business is in order, but we're talking about political matters of world historical import here. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then, together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinaise underground.
But I'm part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time?
Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives.
Ah, of course.
Listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion?
Maybe?
Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all.
How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding?
Let your nose guide you, detective.
You must mean my nose, as in my huge and highly functioning brain.
No, we meant your nose.
Damn it.
As in that swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction.
What does communism smell like?
Failure.
Okay, but what does failure smell like?
It's a smell you know all too well.
Rude.
Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course. Nothing a shower and change of clothes couldn't fix. People sometimes complain there are no real communists left in Martinaise. But you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white."
Sure, elaborate hides have been root cellars, hollowed out tree. Anti-communist slogan. Okay, I'm ready. Let's get organized.
First,
we're gonna do it. Doing the shit.
Remaining communists in Martinaise. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you the signal to establish contact.
Have I just pivoted the what my goals in this game are? Like, I feel as if I've just unlocked, like, I've spent 3 days in the game, and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, you know what? Fuck all that. Let's go do something else. And my brain's like, yeah, let's go do something else.
Again, no, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic.
Perception's like, no, we have to inform you. You will not be able to smell the communists. That is not a thing. That's not how science works.
Judging from the bust of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you discovered, it seems that the Cape Side apartments may be a hotbed of communist activity.
Hang on. What will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists?
You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists.
Isn't the last part kind of counterproductive?
Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist.
Sure. Okay. Well, let's roll up the sleeves. Let's get to it.
Here we go. Wake, brave worker. 'Tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters o'erhead.
We have a goal, then. Can't put communism alone. It's time you join Revolutionary Brethren, develop your political consciousness, and put Mazovian theory into practice. But where have all the communists gone? Roam the streets to sniff out some comrades. I really hope Kim is alright with this. With this this task I've taken. He better be okay with it. Oh, it ended. God, Kim's always so punctual. He's always up and ready. He's always just so ready.
Ah, smallest church in Saint-Saëns, right?
Cafeteria manager is waiting for you to acknowledge that he recognized the song. I told you I'd rock that shit.
It was alright. Subdued. I might start letting people up there again. Now, what can I do for you?
Alright, well, I can't pay him, so...
Wait. No. Something about this bunch doesn't smell right.
What do you mean? Aren't they Everett's guys?
They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you.
The hell was that noise? All I heard was... Meanwhile, Fat Angus keeps shooting you furtive glances and mumbling uneasy to himself. Threw me for a loop there.
And from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave the cafeteria straight away. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats.
Alright, guess I'll look elsewhere then. I wasn't trying to talk to them though.
Yes? What is it?
Did you hear that? Did you hear me sing? Did you like it?
That was pretty good, Harry.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't it, Jean?
Whoa, how does she know your name? She probably heard it from somewhere. You have to be more careful, karaoke star. Names are dangerous.
That was absolute shit, if you want my opinion. Drunken shit. Haven't wanted anything to end this badly since I had cluster headaches. Horrible. Truly horrible. I beg of you, don't ever subject anyone to this torture again. I mean, seriously, you need to...
Hater.
Jean, it's not right. Don't make it worse. And I really liked it.
She actually did.
Did you just call me Harry?
Yes, I called you by your name. What about it?
How do you... Oh, she sounds slightly agitated and sad. How do you know my name?
God, everybody knows your name. Please go finish your investigation so everyone can go home.
Alright, okay.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
The gendarme?
I've got nothing to say to you.
Everyone hates me. Alright, well, let's not get too far into this next day. Let's go ahead and call it a stream. I had said it had to be a somewhat shorter one. It was probably likely to be a shorter one. I'll be back Friday. Obviously no streams on Thursday, but I'll be back Friday. I think what I'm going to do Friday is return to Odd Man Out, or Odd One Out now. It's called Odd One Out. They return in person. No more Zoom meetings. No more Zoom Odd Man Outs. We're back in person apparently, so I'm excited to do that. We'll do that Friday night, and we'll also go back to Umineko. So we'll read some Umineko on Friday night. Weekend streams are going to be iffy, especially on Saturday, because my Saturday might be quite busy, but I guess we'll see how I can kind of maneuver around that. Yeah, it's about all I can think of. No streams tomorrow, I already said that. Slowly trying to build up the backlog on the archive of YouTube for my week-long vacation. We'll see how well I actually get to doing that. I'll get close. If I need to, like the past month, I've done like a thing where it's like, I've uploaded like a video on YouTube like once a day. I might like space them out just slightly at sometimes, maybe give like a day off of no videos, but we'll see. I'll see. Yes, you as well. Have a good night. Again, back in 2 days' time. Until then, be good, do good, all that jazz. Bye.